Okay, here goes. One more toss and I win. Oh, I lose.
Sorry, Charlie. Better luck next time.
Hey, wait a minute. Aren't you going to give me a chance to get even?
Let's see. I've got to find some really interesting people to talk to.
Hey, green one. Would you mind moving and goofing off someplace else?
I'm sorry, Charlie. I've got something to do for school, and I'm really worried about it.
School? Well, personally, I never had any trouble with school, but then I'm an owl.
When I went to school, my very best subjects were lunch and snack time.
I'm really scared. I've got to write a speech, and I have to stand up in front of my whole class and read it out loud.
Speech, huh? Is that all? I love making speeches. Hold it. Don't go away. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. I recall back in the summer of '53 when I was asked to appear before the Owl of the Year convention.
Why, Charlie Owl, I didn't know you were chosen the Owl of the Year.
Who else would they choose? It was my speech about me that did it.
Did the audience like it?
Like it. They loved it. You could hear a twig drop.
Well, I'm scared stiff just thinking about giving a speech.
Well, I know how Freddie feels. I once had to give a speech in school, and boy, was I ever scared.
You worry me, Joe? What did you do?
Well, I practiced in front of my family and friends, and that wasn't too bad. But when I got up to speak before the whole assembly hall, I was scared. It wasn't the same thing as talking in front of my friends.
Oh, wow.
But you know what, Freddie? After a few seconds, I stopped being afraid. And I remembered everything that I'd practiced.
Well, as a bird of experience, let me show you how it's done. Now, let's see. Oh, yes. Dear class, I'm very proud and happy. Where's the rest?
That's all I have.
That's all?
Well, you see, the topic of my speech is supposed to be the most interesting character I ever met.
So what's the problem? We both know who's the most interesting character you ever met. You just don't know something great when it's staring you in the face.
I think Charlie may have a point.
He's certainly no run-of-the-mill owl, Freddie. And besides, if you write your speech about him, he'll probably help you compose it.
Oh, would you, Charlie?
Well, I shouldn't, but I guess if you're going to immortalize me to the entire class, well, that's the least I can do. Take this down. My friend Charlie Owl, that's with one W, is by far the most interesting character I ever met. Am I going too fast for you? He was born in a humble tree of humble parents in Humble, Tennessee. At the tender age of 6, after inventing peanut butter that didn't stick to the roof of the mouth, are you getting all this down? Come on, boy. Charlie bid a tearful farewell to his parents and flew to the next county. Talk about courage.
La 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 la. It's the News and Review coming right at you. With 3 delightful animals, have fun with what they do. They learn with their friend Doug and his helper Emmy Joe.
With Freddie!
Charlie!
We have fun learning what we don't know.
Delicate and feminine is Henrietta Hippo. Very wise and very smart is Charlie the Owl. Not so smart with lots of heart is Freddie the Frog. It's quite an unusual thing. The animals talk and sing with Doug and Emmy Joe. Every day's a different show. It's the News and Review coming right at you. It's the News and Review coming right at you.
Now, going back, when I was 3 years old, I was very cute. People came from miles around just to look at me. Have you got that?
I think so.
Good. Well, I couldn't have been more than 4 when I started inventing things. Am I going too fast for you?
No, I'm getting it.
Hi, Charlie, Freddie, what's going on?
Oh, Freddie has to give a speech at school about the most interesting person he ever met, and I'm helping him spell all the words right.
Is your speech about anybody we know, Freddie?
And how?
Is your speech about me, I mean?
Ooh, Doug, I don't know how to break this to you, but the most interesting person Freddie has ever met is me.
Yeah, it's him.
Oh, well, that's all right, Freddie. When does it due, anyway?
Tomorrow, and I'm so scared my knees are shaking.
Oh, I know what you mean. It really takes a lot of courage to stand up in front of people and give a speech.
Courage? Don't be silly. Why, I've given millions of speeches in my day, and, well, maybe not millions. I remember once I gave a fantastic speech at the International Owl Hooting Convention.
Yeah, Charlie, but I'm the one who has to stand up and make the speech at school, not you.
Listen, Frog, you've got a head start having my help. Why, it's gonna be easy.
Oh, I don't know, Charlie. You see, well, I hate to admit this, but I'm a coward, a full-fledged out-and-out coward. I really don't have the courage to give a speech. What's the matter with me? When I get up in front of people, my knees start to shake. Oh, my tongue gets tied in knots. Oh, it's really too much to take the oh-do-do.
You can give that speech tomorrow. I know you can.
That's right, Freddie. You're going to be great. I can feel it in my wings.
Yeah, but I'm a coward, a full-fledged out-and-out coward. I really don't have the courage to give a speech. What's the matter with me? I try to speak, but I get the words all mixed up. Dear sirs, kind, gentle ladies, owls and hippopotamuses, oh, see what I mean. I mumble and mutter, yes, I've discovered I'm just not cut out for this stuff. No, I'm a coward, a full-fledged out-and-out coward. I really don't have the courage to give a speech. What's the matter with me?
All you need is a little confidence in yourself.
That's right. Courage. What do you say, Frog?
Well, I try, believe me, but I'm a coward, a full-fledged out-and-out coward. I really don't have the courage to give a speech. What's the matter with me? What's the matter with me? What's the matter with me?
Freddie, I don't believe that. Why, I've seen you do some very brave things.
You have?
Yes, I have. Some very brave things.
Like what? Well, I never did anything really brave like the things Charlie can do.
Well, you're in a lot of trouble if you try to compare yourself to me. I mean, I'm just naturally brave.
Well, so is Freddie. Let me ask you something, Charlie. I mean, have you ever tried to jump from one lily pad to another with your eyes closed?
Well, no, but...
Well, did you ever try to stay underwater for 2 minutes?
Well, you see, it's this way.
Neither did I. I don't have the courage.
Oh, I do that all the time.
You see, Freddie, everyone has courage to do different things. What comes easy to one person doesn't to another. Courage maybe means being afraid, but going on and doing it because it has to be done.
Well, don't worry about Freddie. He'll have lots of courage tomorrow, because I'm going to help him. Come on, Freddie, let's get to work. No, where was I? Oh, yes. I was only 4.5 years old when I flew in my first cross-country race.
When are we going to hear Freddie's speech? I can't wait.
Oh, neither can I, but boy, is he nervous. So I told him if he reads it for us today, then he wouldn't feel as scared tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
Hi,
right.
Doug. Emmy Joe.
Hi.
Well, Freddie says he's finished his speech.
Oh, Freddie, is it good?
I don't know, I think so.
It's got to be good. It's about me, isn't it? Oh, Henrietta, come on. Freddie's going to give his speech.
Okay, I'm coming. Wait for me.
Okay, everybody, let's get some seats and settle down.
Come on,
Boy,
Charlie.
this is going to be great.
This is so exciting.
Henrietta, sit on that bench over there with me.
Yeah, okay, now. Give it all you got, Freddie.
All right. Here goes. Oh, I can't. I just can't.
Come on, Freddie, we're your friends.
Yeah, but tomorrow there'll be strangers. Lots of them.
After all my coaching, should be as easy as falling off a log.
Sure, falling off a log is easy. I do it all the time. But making a speech...
Freddie, forget everyone else. Just talk to me.
Dear class,
Well, come on, say it. By the time you get the title out, the school will be closed for summer vacations.
the most interesting person. Oh, it's no use. I know I'm gonna be awful.
Just settle down, Freddie. You'll be fine.
I don't think so, Emma Jo. I've never seen Fred up this nervous before.
Freddie, you've got to try. You've got to learn to have confidence in yourself. You've got to learn to believe in yourself.
What takes probably the greatest amount of courage in the world is to have confidence in yourself. Believe in yourself. La 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 la. When you're afraid to do what you said you'd do, just look inside your heart, and I'm sure you'll find the courage you need to pull you right through even the hardest of times. 'Cause what takes probably the greatest amount of courage in the world is to have confidence in yourself. Believe in yourself. La 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 la. When you're afraid to do what you said you'd do, just look inside your heart, and I'm sure you'll find the courage you need to pull you right through even the hardest of times. 'Cause what takes probably the greatest amount of courage in the world is to have confidence in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself.
Now do you see what we mean, Freddie?
All you have to do is try.
Well, okay, I'll try, but I hope you don't mind if my teeth chatter.
We won't even notice. We'll be too interested in the subject matter. Come on, get on with it. Oh, this is going to be a great speech. You're going to love this.
The most interesting person I ever met. A speech by Fred Frog.
Oh, I know he can do it. I know he can.
Will you keep quiet? I'm trying to hear the speech. Go on, Freddie.
The most interesting character I ever met was a person who was very interesting. In fact, he was the most interesting character I ever met.
Guess who he's talking about?
This person could do anything. He was very handsome and very brave and very, very, very smart.
My, this really is a good speech.
I think he's underplaying it a bit.
This person was always there to help me when I needed help.
I think he's captured my true personality, although not quite the pathos.
The most interesting person I ever met was Tyrone.
Wait till you hear the next part. Hey, wait a minute. My name's not Tyrone.
Be quiet, Charlie.
The most interesting person I ever met was Tyrone. He's my cousin, and he's a frog.
A frog?
He can swim, and he can read it, and he's a different shade of green than me.
Oh, I can't stand this.
I guess he's interesting because he comes from Tennessee, and he's the world's best jumper. Another friend of mine, Charlie the Owl, is from Tennessee, too, but he can't jump at all.
Oh, great. He's going to tell his whole class that I can't even jump.
So that's why my cousin Tyrone is the most interesting person I ever met. The end. Thank you.
Very good, Freddie.
Huh! You call that a speech?
I thought it was a great speech.
Yeah, it'll probably go down in history with the Gettysburg Address.
Emmy's right, Freddie. It was a great speech, and you didn't look one bit scared.
Thank you. I could have even made it longer because my cousin Tyrone is really something.
He's something, all right. I'll tell you what your cousin Tyrone is. He's a frog. A green, silly, old jump-in-the-pond frog.
Gee, Charlie, I didn't know you knew my cousin.
Well, let me tell you something else, Mr. Smart Frog. You're gonna need a lot of courage to get up and read a speech like that. It has no heart.
Now, wait a minute, Charlie. What we've just learned is that we all have courage to overcome what scares us, if we try. It's not bad to be scared, Charlie. I'm scared lots of times. I'd be scared to jump out of your tree and try to fly like you can do.
Well, that's because I'm a natural-born leader.
No, that's because you're a natural-born owl.
Oh, well, it's the same thing, isn't it? Romeo, oh, Romeo, 7 years ago. Good morning, world. Oh, this is probably the best speech about the rise of the feathered fowl that has ever been done. I think I'll make a copy and use it when I accept my bowling trophy. Good morning, Doug.
Oh, good morning, Charlie. How are you?
I am just fine.
Well, I saw your lights on late last night.
Yes, I was working on a new speech for Freddie. I can't let him give that old one about his cousin Tyrone. This new one is great. You don't think 300 pages is too long for Freddie to memorize, do you?
300 pages? I don't know, Charlie. Freddie's still pretty scared.
Well, I don't think I can cut it down. I've led such an interesting life.
Ooh, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Henrietta.
You want to hear the great speech I wrote for Freddie?
No, thanks. I'm famished, just famished. What time is it?
Well, it's 12 noon.
What? Noon? Ooh, ooh. Oh, I overslept. I'd better get this speech to Freddie. Oh, boy, am I glad I caught you, Freddie. Here's your new speech.
Speech? What speech?
The new speech I stayed up till 5 a.m. writing for you.
Oh, I already gave my speech at school this morning.
You did?
You didn't.
Yeah, and it went great. My teacher said it was the best speech about a frog in the whole class.
Great, Freddie.
Thanks for trying to help me, Charlie. But I started thinking last night, and Doug was right. Everybody has to find their own courage to do what they have to do. It wouldn't have been fair for me to let you write my speech for me.
Why not?
Because what I was scared of was having to stand up and tell people what I thought about something in my words.
And you found your courage after all.
Yeah, and you know what else? My teacher said she's always wanted to try falling off a log. I told her it was easy, not to be scared. She never had the courage to try before, so I'm going to help her.
Freddie, that's wonderful.
You just needed courage, my boy. Courage to overcome your fears. It's really very simple. Courage, courage, what a glorious thing. Courage, courage, all the feeling it brings. Courage is what makes an ordinary man great. You'll find it in every city, country, and state.
Yeah.
Courage is what helped the Wright brothers to fly. Courage is what the astronauts have when they blast off to the sky.
Zoom! Courage, courage, what a glorious thing. Courage, courage, all the feeling it brings.
Courage is what a sailor has sailing a stormy sea, and what policemen have when they investigate a robbery.
Stick 'em up!
Courage is what firemen have as they battle a big blaze. What the president has when he stands behind a decision he's made.
That's right.
Courage, courage, what a glorious thing. Courage, courage, all the feeling it brings.
You took an example from those brave souls, Freddie. You stood up there and you gave your speech. You had to, and you did it. My boy, we knew you could do it.
Courage, courage, what a glorious thing. Courage, courage, all the feeling it brings. My speech may not have been great, but I sure had courage.
Yeah, great. You've got courage, and I've got a worthless 300-page speech. Say, Henrietta, do you think your bridge club would like to hear a 300-page speech about a terrific owl? Maybe I could turn it into a book. I'll call it The Life Story of an Owl, or Goldilocks and the Three Owls, or Huckleberry Owl. Maybe they'll make it into a movie. I can see it now. Gone with the Owl. Then when the movie wins all the awards, I can get up and give my 300-page speech. Woo-hoo.
Watch out, Charlie. We're playing Follow the Leader.
Look out, Charlie.
All right, now wait a minute. Charlie, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I've been nominated for the presidency of the Owl Debating Society.
Why, that's wonderful. But don't tell me you don't have the courage to make your campaign speech.
No, not exactly. But the whole election is going to be decided on how good my speech is. And it's got to be about the most unforgettable character I ever knew, besides myself, of course.
Hey, Charlie, you want to use my speech about Tyrone? It's a winning speech.
Don't be silly. Psst. Was your cousin Tyrone really that unforgettable?
Well, he's about the greatest frog in the whole world. He could jump higher than any other frog. I'm so proud of him, Charlie. You gotta meet him.
La 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 la. It's a news review coming right to you. It's quite an unusual thing. The animals talk and sing with Doc and Andy Joe. Every day's a different show. It's the news review coming right at you. It's the news review coming right at you.